XCOM 2, the latest title from 2K and Firaxis Games Studios, has a multiplayer. But why should you play it? This video is going to take a look at the multiplayer component of the wildly popular franchise reboot and see how it compares and contrasts with the single player experience. Despite its undeniable bugs and connection issues, I have had a great time with the multiplayer and the tactical depth that this game mode offers, which is simply unmatched by the single player experience. Now, I actually did thoroughly enjoy my time with the single player campaign, and I think that the development team has done a great job with improving the AI's tactical decision making as compared with the previous title. All the Alien and Advent units seem to use their array of abilities reasonably well, and overall I found the AI to be much improved over the enemy unknown enemy within experience. Things like lone enemies running away to join other groups is a great addition to the AI behaviour, and various gameplay bugs such as flanked units freezing under Overwatch is a thing of the past. I also found the world created in XCOM 2 felt alive and did a good job of drawing you into the XCOM universe, whilst the story was also quite well done. However, you do get the feeling after heading out to do your 20th guerrilla op or supply raid that things do start to get a little repetitive. I actually found that I enjoyed the gameplay a lot more in the early game, and I found that most of my interesting tactical combat in the campaign came with dealing with the early game units such as the sectoids, the vipers and the advent stun lancers. The late game does seem to snowball into a bit of an overabundance of technology and hugely powerful abilities for both sides, which kind of leads to high-end soldiers and psi operatives grinding through wave after wave of beefy enemies. And then when you do get into trouble, it's almost always a matter of press the mimic beacon button and hey presto, problem solved. However, overall I did have a great time with the campaign and definitely thoroughly enjoyed soldier customization and the RPG elements of the game. But for the traditional gameplay style XCOM is known for, that classic bird's eye view with the turn-based combat, you really can't go past the multiplayer. As I said, the AI has been improved since the previous game, but at the end of the day it's still just artificial intelligence, whilst most of the players you play in the multiplayer are going to be intelligent. The way difficulty is handled in the single player is simply to add more stuff to the enemies whilst having less available for the human player. Now, this is not a knock on the developers and the way they've chosen to handle game difficulty, but rather just the reality of where technology is at this present time. In multiplayer, difficulty is how am I going to counter what my opponent will bring? How will I make sure my squad is versatile and can handle a wide variety of enemy types? How can my squad deal with area of effect abilities? How will I deal with mind control? And how can I combat heavy armor units? The play and counterplay in multiplayer is truly complex and satisfying, and the more you theorycraft, the deeper it seems to go. Now, in XCOM 2 multiplayer, you're going to be coming up against players who've played hundreds of games, and even more again in the first game's multiplayer. Players who are going to understand how to control the map, how to take advantage of high ground, set traps, get angles for their squad sight shots from good range, and who will have a large pool of quality squads that they are skilled in utilising. They're going to have a deep understanding of their own units and abilities, whilst also being aware of the units that you've chosen to bring and what they are capable of. Victory in XCOM 2 multiplayer will come down to your skills and decision making, and the rock, paper, scissors nature of how each squad matches up together. So if you love XCOM and are looking for a challenge that's more about quality than it is about quantity, then you should check out XCOM 2 multiplayer.